Hello, hello. Whoa. Okay. Okay. Up and running. Let's start recording. Hello there. You are not late. Welcome to the stream. Zoom in a little bit. Having some sort of index error. Right here. How was my night? Really good. Yeah, actually, let's talk about last night. I had some friends over. Some friends in town that I don't see very often. And so I did something special. We get some pictures downloaded. All right. So I prepared a special dish. This is called tacos al pastor. Oh wait, I went backwards. It's basically pork that's marinated overnight and then rotated on the spit. And yeah, I put a pineapple on top and on bottom. It keeps it from burning, I think. And yeah, it was awesome. It was super stinking good. But yeah, I mean, it took a while to prepare. It takes like the day before, I had to cut a bunch of pork chops super thin and pound them out. So I cut them thin and then I pounded them even thinner. And then the marinade was crazy. So you have to like boil a bunch of aromatics and peppers in vinegar. So the whole house smelled like vinegar. It was crazy. And then when I went to blend it, like, turns out vinegar doesn't blend well, or at least hot vinegar doesn't blend well because it like exploded. Just blew the top right off the blender. It was terrible. And then so I just like started blending like little bits at a time to create the marinade. Yep, and then I marinated the chicken overnight. So this was like, I don't know, like 9 p.m. 10 p.m. maybe. And then yeah, the next day put it on the spit, wrapped it at around noon. And then I threw it in the freezer. And the point of the freezer is so that it like stiffens up a little bit and keeps its shape on the spit instead of like sagging out the sides. So you get like a nice even side. Like, I mean, look at that line. That's perfect. That is perfect. I got a great even cook on both sides. And then yeah. And it cooked for about 4 hours on the spit. So really fun. Oh, and then another weird thing about it was because I've had this at like restaurants, and I got this recipe from a friend who actually runs a taco shop. Kind of. Like it's more like a food truck. And I was getting nervous because first of all, like, I got bamboozled by the blender exploding with the vinegar. But then like, I mean, the meal itself tasted extremely vinegary. Like if I would pull off a piece off of the spit and and taste test it. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna throw up. It's just vinegar. And so I was super nervous, but then tacos al pastor, here, let me pull up a picture or something. So it's traditionally done with pineapple on it. The places around here, what they do is they load it up. Let's see if I can find. Everything is just showing the meat, not the cheese. Wow, this is a lot. Yeah, they're not showing it. But like when you go to a restaurant, where I am at least, it's like, it's piled. Yes, it's like tacos. It's like the meat and then the pineapple, and then they usually put a bunch of mozzarella on top and melt that over the top. I don't know why I'm not seeing that. But anyway, once I put the pineapple and the cheese on top, it was perfect. It like turned out like, oh look, they do the pineapple too. Okay. Yeah, it turned out perfect. So, and then you eat it with the onions and the cilantro. Just an excellent package. So, yep, that's what I did last night. That was a lot of fun. This was my second time trying al pastor, but the first time I had a very different recipe. I just like Googled a recipe. And that one was, I mean, it was good, but it wasn't al pastor, I'm pretty sure. I think it was just like if you marinate meat this way and put it on a spit, we'll call it al pastor kind of thing. But this was like a real recipe. And yeah, turned out okay. Turned out okay. That was a fun night. My code is not behaving well right now. Why does it keep doing that? Stop. Open the correct file. Why does it not know how to find the right file anymore? Don't save. I like messed something up. There we go. F11. There we go. All right, I've got the right file now. Do I have my breakpoint? My breakpoint's there. Okay. There we go. All right, so we get here. And this will skip. That's fine. So let's just do continue. Continue. All right, so this is my controller. I'm trying to use raw input to get controller input, and yeah, I'm trying to do this thing where like it detects like it goes through this like database of values. So like, for example, here's a PlayStation controller. And so right here, these 4 characters, let's see, I'll zoom in a little bit more. These 4 characters are the vendor ID, so that marks it as like a Sony device. You can see right here in the V5 controller, it's got the same 4 characters. And then over here, this is the product ID. So this tells you that it's a DualShock, and like this one tells you it's the DualSense. And so I need to like parse out from here like which controller I'm looking at, basically. Well, it's not even that. It's I have these from the device itself. So my DualShock is plugged in. And so I have these and I'm like, okay, which line in this database am I on? That's what I'm trying to do right now. But I'm running into some sort of index error, I think. So anyway, once I get here, then it should return true, which it does. And then once it returns true, it should get to here, which it does. And then once that returns, it should return here, and it doesn't. I get a Stack Overflow of some sort. Okay, so let's try that again. Let's go just to here. Oh. Stop. Go to here, and then next is here. Okay, so where I am, line is this. This is correct. I got the controller. So why is it that return is so messed up? I've got the pointer to the line here. It's got the correct line. I'm very confused. And I found that when I run into this bug, it's something else. Like, it's something that I can't tell from this stack trace. That's the worst part. And so if I go F10, line is still correct. Iterator is there. Check is that. Believe in me, thanks. Okay, I mean, can I go out? No, so it's something in this function. Oh, okay, hang on. I think I know. Let's try this real quick. I actually doubt that's going to fix it, but I think that that's still a bug. No, that didn't fix it. Okay. Address of line will always evaluate to true. Interesting. Do I do this? There we go. totally confused. Might need to move on or something. Actually, you know what? We're going to try something because I've never tried this before. Let's do analyze with Copilot. Oh. I see. Hey, what's up? The Hatties are back. Temp states. Just waiting for JP. Jasper. Yeah, okay. Nice. No school today? Okay. Nice. So Thursdays are no school. That's pretty cool. Must be in college, I'm assuming. $48,000. What does that mean? Oh, so is this a pointer? Is this a pointer that doesn't exist? Let's try something. Come on. All right, play. Go here. Line is this pointer. Or this address, I should say. And then, okay, let's copy this down. What? Text visualizer, that's not what I want. Copy value. Let's write this down somewhere. Whoa. What happened there? Pasting is not working. View. That's not what I want. I want to copy the... Copy. See what that does. There we go. And then we continue. Okay, yeah, it's a different pointer. So I'm losing a reference. That's what's happening here. I think. So line is pointing to a location that is no longer going to be there. And so maybe what I need to do is something like, oh crap. So maybe it's something more like, do I need to change the address of the line? Is that possible? Or maybe, I mean, I did notice that I needed this to get an address. What if I do star? Yeah, so basically I'm assigning this variable to an address that goes away, I think. Let's see if I can look at the memory or something. Window? No. I swear there was a memory window somewhere. That's memory usage. View. Other windows. Aha. It's got to be in here. Memory. Memory 1. Aha. I don't want it here. Let's put it in this one. Okay, this is great. So here I am. I need to go to, where's my breakpoints? Do I still have this one? I don't. Let's put this back in. Continue. You know what? I'm not going to be able to read this anyway. I don't know what I'm thinking. Also, I think it's going to be like way down at the bottom. I guess let's try something. 7869 BB. Or no, B56DB. So here we go. All right. Hey, friend, I saw your channel. Okay. You're welcome to join the Discord if you want. Do I understand this? Kind of, like a little bit. So I think what's happening here. So yeah, this is the PlayStation controller. Let's continue to the actual one, which is at B5 E74. So yeah, this is my controller. E74. Well, that's line. And so now if I go next, then line is actually at 5 or E60, which would be in here somewhere. Yeah, it's right here. So E60 is right here. And then what? F10. E60. Right here. It's still there. But yeah, the address isn't following it. Huh. Yeah, I thought this was a reference. I mean, let's just try returning char star. What does this do? Non-valid. Okay. Char star ASDF. Hello. What's up? Sir Lunch a lot. I got some pictures to show you. One sec. Should be able to do this. Non-void function does not return a value in all control paths? Should. Oh, right. Return null. That's what I wanted. Okay. So this should be working. Okay. Continue. All right. So we found the thing. ASDF is the controller. And then can I... Oh, I'm not returning it anywhere. Dang it. Do this again. Okay. And then we get here. We get here. Nope, still an error. Unhandled exception at this location. So if I go to this location, what am I going to see? Yeah, what does it even mean? Just came home from work. Nice. I'm just about to go to work. Okay, so this is what I did yesterday. It's tacos al pastor. It was quite the adventure. It was quite the adventure. So yeah, I already told Columbago, but basically I got this recipe from my friend who like actually owns a taco stand, and it was it was a crazy recipe involving like boiling the aromatics in vinegar and then blending the vinegar, which I didn't know was going to explode on me, but it did. And that was fun. So I had to figure that out. But yeah, marinated it overnight, wrapped it up. Perfect. That's what you do with certain sauces. And then, yeah, it cooked nicely. It was really good. Well, actually, sorry. The real story goes that, yeah, I did the pineapple. Yeah, you like that? There's also one on the bottom. You just can't really tell. Um, but yeah, the real problem with it though was that the meat on its own was kind of crazy. Like it was so vinegary. It tasted like kind of awful, not gonna lie. But then when you put the pineapple and the cheese on it, then it tasted incredible. It was it was wild. I didn't think it was gonna turn out because I was like snacking on the the pieces, the crispy pieces on the end. No, I didn't use regular vinegar. I used apple cider vinegar. Yeah, I don't know. It just, but it turned out with the pineapple. Maybe I just have like bad taste for apple cider vinegar or something. Because no one else was saying the same thing as me. Like some of the others were snacking on it and they were like, "Oh, it's very vinegary, but like not bad." And I was like, "Man, it tastes terrible to me." But then in the full package, it tasted incredible. So yeah, usually the apple one is not that strong. Maybe I need to try a different brand next time. But yeah, that was my cooking adventure yesterday, and technically the day before. Go to AI, see if they can figure it out for me. Let's try it out. I'll go over here. Had a steak for breakfast, and that was 7 hours ago. Dang, dude. String from a list of strings based on the first 16 character identifier. But I'm getting some sort of, what's it calling it? It's saying stack exception. Stack exception. What am I doing wrong? So let's paste this in here. Then let's paste this in here. And then we'll just say this thing is const char star. Okay, s game pad mappings. That's the only real perk you get out of that job. And every job in an office would be way more stressless and healthy. Yep, probably true. Probably true. In your get mapping by IDs function, you declare check as an array of 8 characters. Then you use this. You have 8 separate these. Oh, and the null terminator. Ah, shoot. That is a classic error. Is that really it? That'd be crazy if that was it. I didn't account for the null terminator. Okay. Let's not forget the Glühwein. Okay. Is that I'm assuming some sort of alcohol. 500 or 50-liter pots. Glühwein. What is it? I'm looking it up. Mulled wine. Served hot. I bet that's good. It's the stuff you get in Christmas markets. Okay. I'm not much of an alcohol enjoyer myself, so I know that's like sacrilegious in Germany, but it's just how I am. Did it work? It worked. Okay. Here. So I did not get here, but I did get here. Okay, so that was my issue. That was a silly issue. Ah, man. Wine with fruits and spices. Okay, we do a thing called wassail here. Wassail. That's a lot like that, but no alcohol. Although, oh, it says it is a traditional alcohol beverage. Maybe it's just not always alcoholic. Okay. While non-alcoholic versions are popular today, traditional recipes often included brandy, whiskey, rum, or sherry. Okay. Yeah, that's the stuff that we drink at Christmas. I love it. Oh, crap. Okay, so I got the line, but now the problem is that it's not recognizing it as non-null. Can I do this? No. Not equal to null pointer is always true. Yeah, well, again, I don't actually put alcohol in it when I do it. Yeah, why is this the case? How do I check? Okay. Let's see if AI can tell me. I'm still a little bit new. The line array in this collar is unused. Okay. Okay, so I have another issue. So I need a char star star. Oh. Okay, okay. That's the issue here. So I need to go right here. I need to go address. And then this needs to be a char star star. And then down here. That. And then star. Why is this not correct? No function call for this. But I have the address. Am I calling this wrong? Yeah, get mappings with the address. Oh, although it's a char pointer now. So it's actually star, and then I can get rid of this. Yes, okay. So now let's try this out. I think I should just be able to run it. Okay, Lame. Just run it. Oh, it's still not working. If line, okay, let's see. If line pointer does not equal null pointer, then I'm good. I thought that that was the default check. Oh, now I'm getting a read exception. How did that happen? Build F11. Continue. Oh, now I'm getting what the heck? What's the okay? Line was 0. Oh, it's an address. Oh, okay, okay. So yeah, this is incorrect, what I did here. Right here. This needs to be, okay, incompatible integer to pointer conversion. Okay, let's try that. That looks like some seriously jank C++. It didn't work anyway. Yeah, it's creating an address. I need the value of it. Char star star. So getting an index is a char star. Let's try this. Okay, so yeah, error reading characters of string. Because it's just assigning it. Oh, well, it didn't save. That'll ruin it. Okay, so now, yeah, it's still using the address as the value. So this is incorrect. I need to do, no, this is correct. Line correctly use newly assigned pointer. It's telling me to do that jank code. Let's find out. Oh, it's because I put the, that's the problem. Yep. I put it in the wrong spot, the parenthesis. So now, let's see, did that work? Yep. Let's try it again. Found mapping, I did it. I did it. Thank you, AI. All right, so let's do a little recap. So what's happening here is I get the device. It's my PlayStation 4 controller. You can get the vendor and the product ID like this from the USB information. And then I'm trying to get a line out of the DB, the database. This is the database. And so a line would look like this. It has like a GUID at the, it has like some sort of identifier. And so that's what I'm using. I'm looking at these 4 characters, the vendor ID, these 4 characters, the product ID. And then the rest of the information is just useful after that. So A means the A button on the controller, or in PlayStation's case, the X, and then this tells me that it is button index 1 in the HID mapping. So now that I have the line, I need to parse through it to determine the mapping. So that's fun. Let's see what. Let me try to think through the logic there real quick, and then I'm gonna hop off. So basically, actually, yeah, let's get rid of all this. I don't need this anymore. Let's see. This is when it's attached. This is when the controller is attached. So I should only have to do this one time. And do I need the capabilities? Do I need to look at the capabilities? Or do I just need to... Or do I just use the mapping? We'll try just using the mapping first. Ignore HID caps for now and just read the mapping from the DB. Ah, shoot. I feel like I'm going all over the place with this one real quick. Let me look at what I was talking to AI about a bit ago. Yeah, okay. I think I just ignore the HID caps and go for the mapping from the DB. And so basically like so I need to map inputs to indexes. And so like, let's do, come on. For example, A to B1 means a button is button. So no, A is a button and maps to index 1. Okay. Oh, I should say maps to button index 1. I think that's important. Oh, I just learned this thing that you can do. Check this out. If you run this thing actually here. Let's show it right here. Run let's drag this over. If you run joy.cpl, you get this game controllers configuration tool. And if you go to properties, it has this cool little visualizer for your controller. So you can see this is me moving the left stick. Oh, and you can hear loop cell in the background running. Let's turn that off. Where is it? This. So this is me moving the left stick. This is me moving the right stick. So you can see how the values work there. Kind of interesting. Where did I find these settings? And then this shows you all the buttons. And this is the D-pad over here. It's pretty cool. So the settings, yeah, you do Windows R, brings up the run box. And then you type in joy.cpl. I'll put this in here. Oh, except it's going to think it's a link. Joy.cpl. and then it gives you this controller thing. And you can see like all of the inputs and what they're mapped to. So technically, like this is how I would manually do this if I didn't have the database of someone who already went through and did this for a bunch of controllers. Right? So I can say, oh, this, the square button, button 1. That's button 1. The X, button 2. Circle, button 3, whatever. Shoulder is 5. Right shoulder is 6. D-pad is some sort of separate value. It's called a hat. Start button 10. The select button 9. Touchpad is button 14. Stick button, PlayStation button, which brings up my Steam, of course. So yeah, kind of fun. So this is how I would like manually map it, is I would just have to get like one of every controller I want to support, hook it up to this, and figure out the index of these things based on this HID table. So like X is register 30, Y is register 31, and then there would be like a bunch of buttons. I think the buttons are done a little differently though, where I think they put all of the buttons into the same register, and then you just have to read the different bytes on the, or actually it's bits, the different bits on that byte to get the buttons. Looks like a lot of work. It is a lot of work. Yeah, it was funny. I was talking about this the other day. I had, you know, like this list of things that I want to put into my engine. And I had said like, oh, I want input. Okay. So my list looked like this. It was like, what should I work on today? I want to do, I want to read my DualShock input. Oh, I might want to make just like a little FPS display. You know, just to be able to see the FPS in my game while it's running. And then I was like, oh, or maybe I should start on a Vulkan renderer. And it turns out that like when it comes to like challenging things in making your own engine, it goes like this. Like 1 is rendering text from a TrueType font. 2 is a Vulkan renderer. 3 is input. And so pretty much literally anything else I'd chosen would have been way less difficult to go for. But I chose input. And so yeah, I've gone down a crazy rabbit hole. I've joined a bunch of Discords, asked a bunch of people. They're all like, yeah, it's a total mess. But yeah, that's the joy of this undertaking, right? And it appears that I have chosen to tackle the hardest. All right, let me finish. That's the hard part. So let's do third comma. No, is it second comma? And then I read to the. I need to map the caps index, or not index, register to the name of what's in the database. Because A is not a register. I need to say, oh, A is like, I don't know, 30, 0x30. I mean, it isn't in this case, but like, that's kind of what I'm saying. So let's write that down. Changing my notes. Okay, so map inputs from DB to caps, HID, caps, registers, and button indexes. Okay. Example A, or like 0x30 is A, B1, yeah, something like that. So the word needs to be mapped to the caps. And then I read to next colon, and the letter determines the caps type, the numbers determine the index or read values. Wow, that just auto-wrapped for me. Interesting. Okay, well, I think that's as far as I need to go right now. And I will keep trying on working on this as I go along. Cool, cool, cool. See you tomorrow. Hang in there.